killer cold email script is literally the difference between booking 10 sales calls a day or none. Today, I'm going to reveal to you how to create a killer cold email script and how you can use it for your business so that you literally can't stop booking your calls and blow your business up. The first thing I want to start off with is the subject line. Your subject line, it has to be killer in the sense of it has to provoke them to open your email, because if they don't open the email, then what is the point of all of this? So keep your subject line within 3 to 5 words if possible. What I've done here is I was reaching out to a region in Kansas City that had gone through a hailstorm. And so I actually just did one word for this first one. I used the word hail, all lowercase. Then the next variation, I did hailstorm, ice balls, and recent hail, and past hail. This subject line is compelling because it's actually being relevant to something that recently happened. So the open rate on this campaign was 83%, which isn't too bad. The reason why the subject line is so important is because it's your first impression. So you're already setting the foundation for their expectations, but don't overcomplicate it. Don't make it 20 words long. You got to think about if someone's looking at their Gmail on their phone, how many words can they see? They can only see a few words. So you got to keep it short to the point and provoke interest. Now, the next part here, personalization is really important. At minimum, please use the person's first name. You can use compliments. You can make references to their company, or you can reference news about the company. Within our database, you can actually get relevant news on people's companies, and you can use that as a way to reference recent work or recent activities or recent acquisitions or funding. Referencing something that is relevant to them will really help them engage in your copy. Personalization is a great way to show people that you've done your research and you actually know who they are and you're actually there to help solve their problems or help them achieve their goals and ambitions. Another thing you can do is you can make references to the region. You can make industry references. So if you're talking to electricians, you can use the language of electricians. If you're talking to lawyers, you can use their language. It really depends on who you're reaching out to, but you can use industry language to help not only make them feel like you know who they are, but also position yourself with authority. The next part here is what will make your copy super compelling is really focusing on the problems that you're going to solve. So let's go back to my emails. Right here, did your company get hit by the recent hail that passed through the Kansas City area? So right here, I am addressing a potential problem that I believe that they've faced. And even if they didn't, they know about the hailstorm because it had just happened that week. I'm addressing the problem, and in doing that, it implicates that I might have a solution to offer, but I'm not getting to that point. But I'm being specific and I'm focusing in. So if you're a recruiting company and you're reaching out to construction companies and you're saying, hey, I know that in the construction industry, people are having a hard time staffing and finding good workers. Is this something you've experienced? This will show for them that not only do you have an understanding of the industry, but you actually know their specific pain points. The implication here, this is part of why this email campaign that I'm showing you right here worked so well, because it implied that I had a solution for a problem that they were facing, but I didn't push it. I was just simply asking for, yeah, we got hit by the hail, or no, we didn't get hit by the hail. It was a very engaging script. When you create good email copy and you start to create that engagement of back and forth, what it does is it helps you give them a reason to work with you. And what you can do is you can highlight the problems in your copy, and then you can also bring that solution in later on, depending where you're at in your sequence. Now, this is a reply sequence. Hey, since it seems that hail missed you this time, if you ever decide to break up with your current roofer, we can rebound you with a quote in 48 hours or less. What I'm assuming here is that they didn't get hit by hail, but I'm also revealing to them that I have a really great offer as a roofer, that I'm a good communicator, that I'll get back to them quickly with quotes and answer their questions. So there's these implications within your copy that if you're able to achieve it, you'll really get a high engagement and get people on calls and on meetings, and it's the way to go. When you're creating an offer, it's extremely important that it's actually created for the people that you're reaching out to, and then you tailor it for them specifically, because you know their pains, you know their problems, you know their dreams and ambitions, and you create an offer specifically for them. And the better your offer is for the people that you're reaching out to, the more it's tailored around who they are as an individual, the higher response rates you're going to get. Do they like ice cream? Do they like pizza? Walk in their shoes, figure out who they are, and engage with them in a way that really feels personal. You're not going to be going to a construction company and selling them SaaS. They don't care about SaaS. They care about tools. They care about staff. They care about materials. If you can make your offer irresistible and to the point where they would feel stupid to not reply, they don't even think about it. They're like, yeah, that's really interesting. I'd like to learn more. That's where you want to get. And if people aren't responding to your campaigns, then there's a high chance chance that either your targeting's off or that your offer isn't compelling enough for them to engage with. So that's something that you really need to take to heart and to work on. I would say the first part about a compelling offer, though, is first you have to know who you're reaching out to. You have to know the pains or the problems or the goals that you're helping them solve. And the third thing is you have to make it short and succinct. If you're able to, in 1 or 2 sentences, explain to somebody why you can solve this problem, or if you can agitate that and then say, this is how we solve it, then you're getting to the call to action. Now, it's important that your call to action doesn't feel like it's risky for the individual to say, yes, I'd like to learn more, or yeah, please send me over my material, or let's jump on a call. You've got to make it very low level risk for them, because otherwise they're not going to respond. Let's go to the second email here. My second one was, hey, just wondering about the hail situation at Bob's Electric. Was there any damage? My call to action here is just, hey, were you guys hit by the hailstorm? That's super low risk for them to respond yes or no. And they already know that there's an implication of something going on, and they're like, oh, it's probably a roofer in their mind. Even though they know that, the call to action here is short, simple, and sweet, and super low risk. Other calls to action could be, hey, could I just demonstrate to you our services? Let's say you're an SEO company. An SEO company I worked with, this is what we did. We did a free 10-minute or 20-minute assessment video. And so we would just say, hey, can we just send you over a personalized video about your website and where we can see areas for growth? And people were very open to that, and we got clients through doing that. But just think about it. The person that I'm reaching out to, are they going to feel that this call to action is risky? Is it a lot of commitment? Is it something that I have apprehension around? But just writing a killer cold email isn't always enough, because if you're only sending 10 emails a day, it's just not going to help you. But if you can send more cold emails, this means you can book more sales calls. Click on this video to learn how you can send 10,000 cold emails per day. I'll see you in the next one.